Hey, if you are an events venue owner out there and if you're tired of relying on third-party platforms like the Knots, the Wedding Wire to provide you leads, or even studying day in and day out on how to market on Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, and the list goes on and on, this is the video for you. I am an event venue owner myself who's done over a multitude of six figures who can help you implement strategies inside of your business so you can book more and stress less. Now, this is a AAA booking system where we book more events on autopilot, where we talk about AI, automations, and advertisements. So, diving right deep into the system itself, the AAA booking system, the system that we use inside of our business today. So, there's endless chaos, right? You're probably chasing leads that's going nowhere. You're probably seeing an empty calendar week after week and not getting booked tours, or you are getting leads but those leads just aren't converting, right? There's a plethora of things that can go into that when it comes to getting leads for your event venue. So what happens is we struggle with ghosted leads. Have you ever reached out to someone and they didn't call you back, or you texted someone and they didn't respond back? Right? It can get tiresome. You run into burnouts. A lot of people in this industry is doing everything from marketing to sales to setup to breakdown to cleanup to admin work. It gets overwhelming, to say the least, or just no system in place. I've talked to a lot of event venue owners that still using Google Sheets for their lead management system. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that if you want to stay where you're at, but this is a system that can help you maintain all that information, but also save you time on the back end because everything's going to be working for you rather than against you. Less manual work and more automated work. So the solution, the AAA booking system, something that we've been using inside of our own event venue for years, right? And the first mechanism to that is ads, right? That's the engine. We do targeted advertising that brings qualified leads directly to your venue. So no matter if you're a large venue that caters to 100 plus or a small intimate venue that only caters to about 50 people, we do targeted ads that's in your local market that targets people who's looking for baby showers, wedding receptions, celebrations of life, etc. Right? The list goes on and on with the event-based industry. And then the gas. The gas is the appointment setters. It's good to get leads, but what happens if you're that event venue owner that's still doing everything else? You can't manage all those leads, right? So we find and hire based on your consent an appointment setter. A human touch is still so important in the hospitality industry. So we want to make sure that we provide a human touch where someone will physically call out that will convert that interested person who's looking for a space into a booked tour and eventually a booked an event. So that's the appointment setter, that human touch, and then the transmission, right? We have to keep the things running. So the AI automation, there's a lot of talk about AI, there's a lot of videos about AI, but how can we incorporate it inside of our business? And that's what we've done. So intelligent follow up, you know, every time a lead comes in, speed to lead is the name of the game. So when a lead comes in, they instantly get a response and everything's working on the back end. So you don't have to focus your intention on getting more book tours. All you'll get is notifications on your phone every day that you wake up saying, hey, I got a tour today. I got a tour at this time, this time, this time. And if you're not the person that's doing it, you can just delegate that to the person that is. So step one, lead generation, like I was saying, to dive a little bit deeper, daily qualified leads, depending on your budget, depending on what you invest inside this system, there's targeted campaigns based off research that we do within your market to directly cater that message that we put across specifically for your venue. So if they're looking for a baby shower, wedding reception, like I said, birthday party, first birthday party, whatever your top three events are, we look to cater to those events because that's your um, that is where you're making the most money, right? If those are your top three events, we pre qualify those prospects. So when they do see the Facebook or Instagram ad or even Google ad, they go to a landing page where we filter out those serious inquiries from those ideal clients that we're looking for. And that can be based off of guest count. If you can't do no more than 50, that's not a qualified lead, right? If they're doing an event that you just don't cater to, that's not a qualified lead, right? So we do a pre-qualification form. So all the leads that's come in has the potential to book your space. And then consistent pipeline. No more feast or famine. No more feast or famine. We maintain the whole system with the appointments that are so they can ensure that you have book tours week in and week out, and we follow up to a decision. So a lot of people don't like follow up, right? So we ensure that we follow up for a reason. What was the reason why they aren't moving forward? No matter if it's the first contact we get that information or the 20th contact we get that information, but we look to get that information, right? Step two, the automation. Luna, Luna, she never sleeps. So she instantly will respond 24/7, 7 days out of week, 365 throughout the year. And she responds to all the inquiries that come in. And it's intelligent follow up as well, too. So no matter what the question is, the answer will be catered to your specific business. So we get all the data of your business, your website, your FAQs, your previous clients, and put that inside of a database. And when someone communicates with us via SMS, we ensure that those are automated as if you, the business owner, is responding to those inquiries. And that also helps when the appointment setter is away. That also helps book more appointments on your calendar. Then qualification. If it just doesn't make sense to book like before, if it just does not make sense to book, and if they're not serious, we ensure that those leads are put in a different pipeline, different stage. So again, we focus on the hot inquiries and we focus on things that's going to move your business forward. We don't want to utilize resources for areas that's not really pushing the mission forward, right? So Luna pre-qualifies all the leads that comes in and will give you a quality lead form that basically analysis that basically says, hey, these are the leads that's coming in, these are the results that we're getting. And then we have step three, where the appointment setter, like I said before, the human touch. You have a dedicated booking specialist. There's a lot to this that we make it so simple. So we'll find your VA where we go to different databases. We have our own database that we internally use. That's VAs that's trained on the system that we have in place. That we'll find them, we'll hire them, and you just have to manage them. But they'll already be privy to what needs to be done. We, after we find them, we give you a list of people that may be a good fit for you, and then we hop on a quick call to ensure that everyone understands what's going to take place. And in the matter of 3 days, they're up live and ready to start answering those leads. So, personal contacts, they schedule tours based on your availability, handle all objections, and answer detailed questions and follow up persistently until a booking or a closure of that lead, meaning a reason why they didn't move forward. And that's some of the most important stuff because, again, as me having a sales background, a lot of people lost potential deals with not following up. There's a plethora of things on why someone may ghost you. That can be a family issue. That could be they're not prepared to even look at your space. That could be they're unsure about the event type. There's a plethora of things on why that person may ghost you. And no matter what stage they're in, right? And quick story, I had a client once before. inquired last year. And again, we follow up for a reason. So we followed up with this lady for about 5 months, about 5 months. And she finally ended up booking. And she actually said thank you because I was going through some health issues. And she was thankful that we continuously to follow up with her because she wanted to go with our space. She just wasn't sure about the name of the actual business. So after we got into contact with her, she came, she loved the space. That was a $3,000 booking for our space. So again, we follow up for a reason, based off of logic, right? Not emotions. Oh, this person's not responding to me, so let me stop. No, we train our people that we input inside your system to constantly keep following up for a reason. And then lastly, why is this different? Right? We do it for you. There's a lot of people out there that have courses, DIY, do it yourself. Um, and with that, it's lovely if you're the type of person that's willing to put in hours on top of hours on top of hours to learn this information. But if you're someone, as I believe you are, a business owner who wants to create a system that they just manage and not something that they constantly have to keep doing year on, year in, and year out, it's done for you. So we install this mechanism where we give you all the essential elements you need to get booked tours on your calendar. So again, from ads, we do all the ads, that human touch, that appointment setter, and then we have that automation where you don't have to focus on whether you're going to have a tour or not today. So it's a done for you installation, and there's an ongoing management portion where we actually have a community of people who's doing and runs an event venue just like you, day in and day out, and that already has this system in place and getting results from it. So again, if you've gotten anything from this video, please leave it in the comment section below. If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with our team, just to see, with me specifically, just to see how we can improve what you're already doing, feel free to look in the description below. And we also have a community that you can join as well too, and that will also be in the description below. But again, we want to work on our business. And what that means is we want to create systems, processes that works for us, right? We don't want to constantly keep working in our business where we're the bottleneck because we're doing every single thing inside of our business. And trust me, I've been there. So again, check that description below for all the information. And I can't wait to see you on the inside.